Hey everyone, hope you're all having a great day today. Hope you are all doing well. Yes, I am back on YouTube. No, I promise that I did not mean to be away for as long as I have been. It's just been extremely busy. Today's video, I'm kind of just going to be explaining kind of what's been going on. It's nothing super crazy. It's just, life has been busy, but I feel like I owe it to you guys. And also, I want to be able to talk to you guys about kind of just what's been going on in life. I really do have more videos about God that I have been wanting to post. I'm so mad because I've been wanting to post a video about the Chronicles of Narnia for so long. And I'm not even kidding, since last year I've had this video that I've wanted to do. And then I went home over over Easter weekend and watched it again. And I was like, oh my gosh, I saw more things that I just want to talk about. And I'm just like, dang it. So I do plan on making more videos. I literally have a whole notes in my notes app, or I have notes in my notes app, obviously, that I have written down for videos and stuff like that. It's literally just been to the point where by the those of you guys who work in jobs where you are constantly talking to people know that by the time you get home, the last thing you want to do is talk more. So honestly, for the past couple of months, that's quite literally what it's been. I told you guys I work two jobs. I go to work, I go to another one, and then I come home, and by that time it's like 7:30, 8 o'clock most nights, and I'm like, I still gotta make dinner and I'm tired. It's just unfortunately there hasn't been a ton of time that I've had to make videos, and on top of that, I'm still trying to make friends since I've moved. Thankfully that has changed. I have made some friends and I'm very grateful for that. But I'm still trying to establish those relationships and stuff like that. So I do plan on being on YouTube more. It's just going to be maybe a little bit more spread out than what it's been in the past, unfortunately. I'm not saying that it's going to be months in between. I promise that will not be the case. I don't plan on it being that much of a spread. Now that it's the summer, I do have a bit more time, so thankfully that should help a little bit. Um, so that should hopefully be good. Like I said, I do have videos planned, but yeah, I just kind of wanted to come on today and kind of talk about what's been going on, give you guys some life updates, because I feel like I don't talk about myself a lot on here. I feel like most of the stuff that I talk about, I think I told you guys I do try to keep it mostly focused on scripture and Christ centered, as I plan on keeping it that way. But I do enjoy making videos about just kind of life and stuff like that. Mostly a lot of the updates that I think I have been, I would say, the last time I think I was on here, or rather when I first kind of really started making videos again after I moved, I think I had said that I felt like I was adjusted. And I think that that is the case. I think that I have adjusted to moving. I think now I feel a bit more acclimated. I think that's the word, and that's the difference between the two. Because I think that there was a lot of before I think that I had moved and I was starting to feel more comfortable in a new space, whereas now I have people that I can talk to, which makes a world's difference. It's one thing to be comfortable in a new place, it's another thing to be comfortable and feel like when you have people that you can talk to and people that you can actually reach out to in where you live and see and go out and do things with, it's it makes it feel more like home. So that's been really nice now that I feel it, like now that I'm making some of those relationships and pouring into some of those. So that's been really good and I'm really happy about that. Obviously I haven't made any super close friends because again, it's still been 4 or 5 months since I've moved here. So, relationships take time to form and build. But I feel like things are kind of shaping more, I want to say. Not really falling into place and then growing and shaping more. Um, that's been going well. Work has been good. It's just been busy. That's really the biggest thing because it really is just. I told you guys I split my time between working in a medical office and then, doing my clinical hours for counseling and therapy. And the office that I'm at now that I've been working there for a couple of months, I can kind of get a feel for it. I really like it. It's a really nice environment. The people are super friendly. I love working there. It's a really supportive environment. but oh my gosh, is it busy? Like it is just call after call after call after call. Like there's never a moment where you're not doing something. Like at my old job, we would have periods where there wasn't a ton of stuff to do and the work that we did do wasn't as um like I wasn't talking to people as much, I guess. Like at my old job, I mostly communicated with people over email. I feel like so it was a lot of just like emails, text messages, computer stuff. Like I wasn't physically talking to people. This job completely different. I'm almost always in the front, which I didn't always used to be at the old office. I'm always on the phone. Like it is just you are constantly talking to somebody for 9 hours a day a lot of the time because it's 9 hour days here. So it's just very different. Um, and that on top of then, seeing clients or patients or, at for clinical stuff, like it is just like I said, you're talking nonstop. So that's I think another reason that's I think the biggest reason why I really haven't been on here because not only has it just been a lot of time, but it's just a lot of like it's a lot more draining, honestly. Again, I love it and I love working there and I'm really happy to be working there. I'm a people person, but like by the time I told you guys, by the time I get home, I'm like I need to breathe. Like I need to just breathe. Um, and so I need to make sure that I'm taking the appropriate steps to make sure that I'm able to operate and do everything that I need to do, both at my job, both my jobs, just having enough energy to also, again, have a social life or try to build a social life, and still do YouTube, So unfortunately, I haven't been able to be on here as much, which again really makes me upset because I do love being here, but it's just been, busy. That's really all it is. It's just been busy. And anyone who knows me, any of you guys who know me personally, you know that I feel terrible, but every time anyone asks me how I'm doing, I'm like, "Oh, I'm good. I'm just busy." Like it's just, um but I mean it is what it is. I really enjoyed everything that I'm doing. Um there's really no complaints, and that's what I'm so grateful for. There's no complaints because the work is good. It's just different, and so therefore more time is required for myself, I think, to just breathe and like sit alone with my thoughts and also take time to spend with God because when you're constantly like working during the day and you're constantly doing stuff and talking like you're not really like I need that time to also reconnect with God and be like, okay, let me process everything that happened today, you know what I mean? And not even just with the Lord, also again like with myself, just like let me take a moment to just breathe and have some quiet time. So I've been reading a lot more, which I'm really grateful for because you guys know how much I love reading. Those of you who have been here for a while, you know that I'm a big bookworm. I love reading, and that's something that was kind of put on the back burner for a while. Like I feel like back at home, I definitely still read, but not as regularly as I'm doing now. Like I think that now that I've moved and becoming kind of more of an adult, I feel like I'm prioritizing more of the stuff that matters more to me personally and that I'm doing more that I enjoy more. Like you guys know that back at home dodgeball was my freaking everything. Not actually, but I did that a lot. Like that was my big thing. That was my big outside of work activity that I did and I loved it. Love it so much and I miss it. I miss it a lot because I'm not doing it anymore. But I feel like that was something that kind of just fell into my lap and again, like if you had told me however many years ago that I would have been freaking traveling for playing competitive dodgeball, I would have looked at you like you had three heads. Or I probably would have laughed. Actually, that probably would have been the thing. I probably would have thought it was cool because I thought it was cool now, but it's just not what I anticipated I would have been doing back at home. But now that I've moved, I feel like I've more so been prioritizing things that I actually enjoy and things that I like, which is hiking, reading, being outside, like that kind of stuff. And so those are the activities that I've kind of been trying to seek out and do. And I am such a big advocate. I've been telling you guys this for years. Like I feel like anyone who I talk to, who, talks about being like, dissatisfied with life or, is frustrated with whatever circumstance they're in, I always say, like, look, what do you enjoy doing? What do you like doing? whatever it is, make it a part of your daily routine. Find a way to do stuff that you enjoy daily because that's what's going to keep you like not miserable, like that's just in a human sense. Obviously we know that our joy is found in the Lord only. And I feel like I am by far the most content and calm when I'm spending more time with God. But at the same time, it's good to have hobbies and interests, and those are things that we also all just naturally have. And so I feel like a lot of I feel like there's this kind of like belief and this idea that like once you hit adulthood you just stop doing all the things that you enjoy, and that's so stupid. Honestly, it's ridiculous that people just stop doing things that they like. Obviously, yes, work is a priority and we have to prioritize things that are important, obviously, but I think it's important to also make time for those things that you enjoy, obviously all within appropriate limits. If you're at a certain age and your body's starting to wear down, I would not maybe recommend doing something like gymnastics. Just a thought. But I think it's important to kind of know what you enjoy and find a way to make it a part of your regular life. I like joined a book club since being here, and I love it. It's been amazing because it's been getting me to read more. And thankfully, I feel like I've also been exploring more books. I just was reading a couple of like mystery and thriller books, which I never had read before, really. Like, I never really read a lot of mystery and thriller books. I mostly went for like fantasy or like young adult action movies, books, young adult action books, and that kind of stuff. But I love adventure. Um, so reading mysteries and thrillers was kind of interesting, but I read a couple like a couple of months ago and I liked them. I really did like them. So I kind of took a break from them and I went back to fantasy. I'm reading fantasy again now because that's my true passion. But the thing with fantasy books is I feel like they just so many of them are the same and there's so many cliches, and that's my only like frustration with fantasy is that so many of them are the same. So it's hard to really like find fantasy books that are good and like kind of fresh. Thankfully, the one I'm reading right now, I love it. It's so good, and I'm genuinely enjoying it. But I feel like I just needed to go. I don't know. I needed to go back to fantasy. It's just hard to, like I said, find a good fantasy book. So that's kind of what's been going on. I'm trying to think of anything else new that's been happening. Like I said, it's really just been very busy. I feel bad because I know that I haven't talked to a lot of you guys in a long time. I used to be on here more. I know I used to, some of us even like we used to call on here more. Like it was nice. I did a live a couple months ago and that was so much fun. I loved it. I know unfortunately we had some trolls in the chat, but thankfully, um, a lot of people here on the channel were able to come together and kind of ignore it. Our brother Gary even monitored for us, which was amazing. Thank you so much, Gary, if you're watching. But so I'm very grateful for that, and I wanted to do more of it, but it's difficult. Like I said, sometimes um, like I told you guys, when you're constantly talking to people all day long, coming home, and then like sometimes now, like when I'm cooking, that's like the only time that I have that I'm actually not talking to people. And again, as much as I would love to be talking with you guys, and I miss talking with you guys, I would love to do more lives because lives are fun. It's a time for us to all interact as a community. And I really want to do them again, and I plan on doing them again. Again, I think now that it's the summer, it should be better because now that it's the summer, I do have a little bit more time. So whether it's doing more lives or just making videos a little bit more regularly, I do want to be on here more than I have been in the past because I love YouTube. Like that's another like I don't think I've ever really talked about like why I did YouTube in the first place. Like I started YouTube because like I started back in 2020. You guys know who have been here for a while, and it really was to kind of make a community because I couldn't find any. Like I was just like I can't find many Christians who struggle with same-sex attraction. I didn't have many. It's so funny. I've like never really had that many Christian friends and I've never really had many gay friends. And so therefore I was just kind of like on an island, and I was like I didn't know that it was a struggle that was more common than I think people talk about or realize. And so I was like, well, you know what? Most of the Christian YouTubers that I'm seeing, I'm not seeing a whole lot that I connect with not that there's none that I resonate with. I feel like now that there's like, so, thank God, I feel like I found so many new Christian YouTubers who I'm just like, oh my gosh, yes, like love them. Um, but I kind of was like, you know what, let me put this out here because I didn't know very many people. I told you guys I didn't know very many people with the struggle that I did, so I was just like, let's. I want people to know that it's not just them. And again, like the overwhelming, you know, support from people who are like in the same boat has been incredible, you know, and even people who aren't in the same boat, you know, we all come together as a family in Christ and it's just amazing. Sorry, I hear myself talking and I can hear that I'm rambling. This is just me talking with you guys because again, I haven't done this in so long. So I kind of just want to catch you guys up, I guess. But anyway, I really love YouTube and I miss being consistent with YouTube. Like I feel like I tend to look back on like 2020 and 2021 as like the Christian Convos golden age. Because it was new and because I was more consistent, because that was kind of, I didn't have very many other things that were taking my time, so I could dedicate more time to this. Um, but you know, it's not something that I want to end. I don't want this to go away anytime soon at all. You know, I want to be on here. And that's why, despite it being, you know, a month and a half, again, I don't want to take a break that long again. And that, again, this was an unplanned break. This was not planned, just kind of happened like that. Um, but I don't want that to happen again because I really do love YouTube and really appreciate and value all of you. You know, whenever I say, you know, hey, don't ever hesitate to reach out, like that's real. You know, like I mean that because this is the kind of stuff that I really that this is the kind of stuff that I really love. You know, obviously, yes, love my job, love the career path that I'm on right now, like love everything that I'm doing, but this is what I really enjoy, and this is where I don't know. This kind of like I said, it's the place where we're able to talk about the things that are really important, you know, which is our faith and how it influences our lives. So I don't know, just some thoughts for all y'all. But anyway, I hope you guys are all doing well. I miss you guys a lot. I hope everything is going well. Hope everyone is staying dry. I feel like it's been so rainy the past couple of, well, I guess that makes sense since the spring. But anyway, hope you guys are all doing well. As always, if you ever have any comments, questions, or concerns, do not, or if you just want to reach out, do not ever hesitate to leave me a comment down below or shoot me an email at my email address, which is just christianconvos@gmail.com. Have I been a little bit slow at responding? Yes, I apologize, but I promise that I will try to do better. And obviously, if you guys have any prayer requests, let me know of those as well. And as always, have a lovely rest of your day, and God bless. I love you guys so, so, so much.